Yo, 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 welcome back to the Hulaham Hour. I'm Sick Curtis, and that's Sick Nick. What's up, brother?
Jesus Christ, fuck the flu, dude.
Let's see. What's the over-under on you having to go yak while we do this? Let's kick it. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hulaham Hour. Yeah, we're here. If we seem a little bit more, I don't know, brain dead than normal this week, it's because Nick and I have been home all week under the weather. But yeah, we're alive. We're not dead yet. We're still here. In the words of, what's his name, from The Hangover, but did you die?
I'd still rather get the flu again than watch another fucking tie in the NFL.
Yeah, so with that being said, let's get right into our fantasy. I got a couple of notes, actually, first. I forgot before we get into our fantasy recap. But yes, I do want to discuss ties in the NFL today. First off, we are very close to cresting 100,000 views as a channel, so I just wanted to shout out everybody and say thank you for that. Just a cool little milestone I wanted to share with the people. Coming up, we were actually going to have him on today, but because of the sicknesses, I told him we had to put off having him in. So next week, we will have Jordan on a week from today. And then the following week, we are going to have Gary on. So we're going to have a couple of our fantasy football colleagues here in-house to go over just some stuff, man. Get some guests going. And yeah, looking forward to it. So excited to have you guys on, and stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. So that being said, let's get right into episode 43. Okay. Our fantasy recap, I'm going to start out with fourth and long prognosticators. So I won by default this week because Eddie and two girlies won Cup. Had three quarterbacks, which is illegal in the league, but Yahoo does not have the ability to put a quarterback situation like ESPN does. So I went from losing the game to winning the game, 113 to 107, and put myself in second place, but I have the second least amount of points scored in the league, which is, I don't know, I'm in second place, but it doesn't feel like it. Still feels like I'm in about 10th. So, Jared's Not Branham's fell to Hurtons for a title, 151 to 120. Moran beat out Big Bush League 166-161 in the matchup of the week. Shit Baby What put the stomping down on F Your Couch 199 to 138. Man beat Scary Terry and the gang 145 to 141, and Chasin' TDs beat out the Icky Subtle 131 to 103. Ouch, Toby, you're having a pretty rough year there, bud. Okay, so moving on to our leagues. I pulled a little prankster on everybody last night this morning and put all my players in the bench spots and had nobody in my starting lineups and changed my team name to I Quit. I am 0-4 in Blood, Sweat, and Beers, and I am 1-3 in the league. We're going to go start with our review of the league this week, but it's been a rough year. My chances of making the playoffs in either league are very slim, and it's not looking very good. So, yeah. And Nick, you are also kind of in a similar situation, too.
Well, I'm 2-2 in the one league. The only two losses are the highest point getters. I am going to be last place in the league at 0-4, with the only team to not crest 500 points for yet.
Yeah, it's been rough. Just can't seem to catch a break. But it's fantasy. I've changed my team names back to what they are, but 2.0 because you got to do something, right? So Morty beat out Dicker and the Brown 164 to 144. Tawas Conks Crushers put the spank on Moody as fuck 186 to 159. Old Conk fell to Team Kaziski Kush 150 to 137. Ryan, you're shaping up to have a decent year, my friend. Lil Conks took the high score of the week 203 to 149 against Pigskin Princess. Scotty doesn't know fantasy. Barely slipped out against Catalina's Pillows, 179 to 174. And Ricky P 5272 beat It's Hurts Laporta 153 to 128. Yeah. No, like I said, just another rough week. Still, I had a decent outing, but just can't seem to figure out how to win. So,
I'm not going to get over 150 the whole year in that league. Watch.
Dude, it could happen to the both of us, to be honest. Could happen to the both of us. Okay, moving on to Blood, Sweat, and Beers here. That's this week. All right. Yeah, the no souls. I score 176 points and still lose to Keg Stand Comeback, 183 to 176. The man in Jameer racked up his first W of the year, 178 to 141 against my ball, Zach Ertz. Big old TDs got high score of the week against Cunty, 211 to 124. Holy cow, he almost scored double you. Rocky like a burricane lost to the nail painter and nail painter and the dogs. I love it. 191 to 105. Take it Genty. 178 to 147 against Wobble Pops, and Ginger Killa beat out MGM Superstars 160 to 156 in a very close battle. So yeah, again, my No Souls 2.0 are 0-4. The only 0-4 team in the league. And it hurts. It stings a lot inside my no soul. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, with that being said, we'll only do the standings every couple of weeks, especially considering me and Nick are at the bottom, so I don't really feel like talking about it. So take that. Okay, any other fantasy bites this week, man?
No. Besides maybe Tyreek Hill waving with excitement that he no longer has to play for Miami.
Yeah, kind of knew that was going to happen. Everyone's like, no, he was just in shock. Like, no, he was in shock of the fact that, I can actually have a scapegoat to, one, not have to play with this team anymore. Because, I mean, who wants to go out there week after week putting yourself on the line to lose? Like, honestly. And two, he's ready to be out after this year anyways. I mean, the writing was right there. So, yeah.
I've never seen somebody be excited with his knee sideways, though.
Ever. Okay. Oh, yeah, other news. Dylan Gabriel's getting the start in Cleveland, which begs the question, did Shadur Sanders fuck up even harder by telling Baltimore that he didn't want to get drafted by them because he didn't want to back up because he'd be starting this weekend?
I don't think so. I don't think he was ever the choice for the starter. Seems like Gabriel had him beat out from day one.
No. I'm talking if he would have been taken by the Baltimore Ravens because Lamar's not playing this week because he's hurt, that Cooper Rush would not be playing and Shadur would actually be playing instead of riding the bench behind another player.
No, I think Cooper would still be starting over him. Obviously, they're seeing something that he's just not ready.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's just kind of funny.
And you're on the freaking Browns and you can't make the fucking, you're the backup to the backup. He's not very good.
Yeah. I'm going to have to figure out what to do here. I'm going to have to put something. Maybe I'll just get a replica of this thing made and it'll just stay on the cast with us. I don't know. I got some decisions to make about that. Or maybe I could get like a screen that I could put something different every week. It'd be dope. All right. Yeah, so it wasn't many headlines. That's pretty much the headlines. Another headline, League Neighbors down for the count for the year, which leads me into a conversation that we'll have really quick before we launch into our recap of Week 4. Turf. I watched a video in the last couple days that I've been at home on artificial turf and how there is a certain type of turf. I'm not going to look up the terminology because I don't think any of you care. You just want to know what's going on. There's a turf that's got this twiny thing that's supposed to be better so that your cleats don't dig in or whatever, and they claim that that's actually what's getting the cleats caught up in the twiny portion of it. So almost all of the artificial turf playing surfaces in the NFL are currently planned to be replaced with this new stuff that's not. It's not twisty. It doesn't intertwine with one another. It's just like a, straight pieces of turf, and they claim that that's supposed to be better. However, as easy as it is for us to sit here and say just replace it all with With real grass, the logistics of it, they just can't. Even if they even if they had all the room to do like what Arizona and Las Vegas is doing with wheeling out the grass to grow on, in the real sunlight and then wheeling it back in, or even just growing it. When they have other events that take place in those arenas, there's just no way to have grass. There's just not. That just don't see a way around that. So I'm hoping that this new turf will alleviate some of it, but I still don't think it's going to fix it because you're still playing on cement. What are your thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, unless they get rid of the turf altogether, then it doesn't matter. They need to find a way to put a cover over it for these types of concerts.
Yeah.
Have real grass, and I understand if you can't roll it out, but have something built up that gives room in between the grass where it's still not the weight and the pressure on the grass.
Like look at a tarp that they use to cover a baseball field. Why couldn't we do that? Like I've been to plenty of concerts at big stadiums like Comerica Park, and they get it done, and that's grass. So
it's got to go to grass though for the NFL games. I understand the logistics point of that. Engineer something. You have all these engineers that build these stadiums. Engineer something to cover the grass and keep the weight and pressure off it.
Yes.
There aren't that many people that are truly on the bottom when it comes to these things.
Yes.
Are there a lot? Yes, but it's not the whole stadium that's piled on there.
Yeah. Yeah, the money thing with the owners not wanting to spend the money, kiss my ass, dude. Like, at what point is too much money enough? Like, if someone comes to you and they're like, I have a proposition that's not only going to save you money long haul, but put more seats, people in your seats, and that's just a $50 million. I think they said it's roughly $50 million to do this to change to grass per field. That's chump change for an NFL owner. I mean, Is it a lot? Yes. But again, they'll get some sort of tax write-off from the city, something like that. They always do. They always will. So I don't know. They just need to do it. So, and if enough of us chirp, it's going to start, something's going to have to give. And really what it comes down to is the NFLPA is for it. The NFL, even at this point, I think is more for it than against it. It's the NFL owners at this point that are just saying, nah, I'm good. So.
See, what kills me is most of these people aren't sole owners of their team. They're in investment firms.
Yeah.
It's not just you.
Yeah, correct.
It's not one guy paying it. You're usually in firms, and you have percentage owners. And
yeah. Yep. All right. So, let's get right into our Week 4 recap here. Enough said on the turf situation. I think everybody and their brother is kind of aware of what's going on with that at this point. But at the end of the day, so let's just get it changed. So, okay. Starting off with Thursday Night Football. That game was ass, in the words of Cam Ward. I think, first off, Cam Ward's interview, I just want to say, was hilarious. I've seen it so many times, and shout out Brandon Perna. His edit was perfect for it. Like, it was just so good. So, anyways, that game, the Seahawks and Cardinals game was ass. It was up until the fourth quarter, which for some reason Kyler Murray only knows how to play in the last 10 minutes of football games. But the Seahawks pulled it off 23-20. Not much to be said in that game, really. The funniest highlight from it was Smith and Jigma saying, "This bullshit," and then getting stared at like a bad mom. And when your kid was acting up in public, that was hilarious. I was really kind of hoping he would throw the flag, but I'm glad that he didn't. Because I believe that ref is also the ref that got interrupted while talking and was the one that said, like, "Will you stop? I'm talking to America, please." Like, that ref's got a little bit of a sense of humor. So, Nick, you're passing coughs off. All right, we're still here. We're alive. Okay. Yeah, not much to be said on that game, though. So, moving on. You got anything to say on that game? It's just kind of, like I said, it was just...
Let's go Seattle's defense.
Yeah, there you go. There's a highlight.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have to say, the more and more that I'm watching what's going on in Minnesota right now, the more and more that I'm being convinced that Sam Darnold is actually a pretty good football player. So, I don't know. All right. The game in Ireland, homeboy from Pittsburgh got jumped. He's okay. But come on, guys. We're trying to give you international games here, and You're just screwing the pooch, man. I don't know. But I will say it was fun to see that I forget what player it was afterwards in an interview was stating how exciting it was that the fans were engaged from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, no matter how close, far away, whatever. Like he said, it was just different from any home game that he's ever played. And I agree with that. Those fans don't get much, they don't get to see many games. So when they're there, their phones aren't out. They are fully engaged in those games. And I love that. And that makes me want to have more international games, to be honest. What are your thoughts, Nick?
I think it's a great experience, and I think it's good that we have more overseas games. Not too many, though. It becomes too much where we're taken away from our fans, and football's based here.
Completely agree with that. However, I would be inclined at some point one day to fly to Germany or someplace and watch an international NFL game. I think that would be super cool. Yeah, not to take it away from them over there, but it would just be interesting to see how the atmosphere would be, check out a different stadium, things of that nature. I think it'd be fun. So, yeah, all right. But anyway, Steelers beat the Vikings 24-21. Aaron Rodgers is still playing very well. To put up 24 points against the way the Vikings defense has been playing, it's pretty good, and he won the game. DK Metcalf had a freak game, and they look good. So, got to give credit to where it's due. Hats off, Aaron Rodgers, fucker. All right, Falcons finally pulled their head out of their asshole. Took the Commanders down 34-27. Commanders again without Jaden Daniels. Marcus Mariota doesn't look bad, but he's the backup for a reason. What were your thoughts on this game?
Well, between him, McLaurin out, it was rough. And Atlanta pulled their head out of their ass for one game. Let's not jump to conclusions here.
Yeah, but when you go from scoring 0 points to scoring 34, it's kind of like, what happened? Like, just what happened?
Apparently, fuck that wide receivers coach.
Yeah. I think it was Michael Penix quoted saying, "I have to hit the receivers when they're open." Like, duh.
Yeah. Well, it's the right answer.
Yeah, not to jump ahead here, but the interview with Ben Johnson and that one girl at halftime. Oh my God, how funny is that?
You're saying we have to change things.
Yeah, I am. You know what? And hats off to her because, hot damn, dude, those interviews are the most pointless things in a football broadcast. Am I wrong?
Well, especially when a coach is coming off the field pissed after a shit first half. Like, you're not going to get a good interview.
And to be honest with you, that's the best one we're going to see all year.
And everybody bitches about how shitty these are. Do you remember Belichick? He used to be like, we got to do better and then leave. That was it.
I got man tits.
Yeah, we suck. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye. I'm not even going to smile. Never see me smile.
Never. My girlfriend wasn't 24 at the time. I got to go.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't even smile during that.
I bet he does.
I bet he does. Shit. All right. So, yeah, Falcons win 34-27. Moving on. Jackson Dart gets his first start. Doesn't play. He plays okay, but he led them to the victory, and that's all that matters. He beat the Chargers. Nobody on the face of planet Earth thought he was going to beat the Chargers. No way. I will say I saw a post. I don't know how true it is, and I think it's hilarious. That on Jackson Dart's Instagram story, he posted a picture of Justin Herbert's girlfriend and said, "Can't wait for game time," and then proceeded to go out and beat him. So, that's some gangster shit. If that's actually true, dude, hell yeah. However, it's going to be a stretch now for Jackson Dart to put together a decent year, considering he lost Malik Neighbors to a season-ending ACL injury. With MetLife, okay, so to be honest with you, back to the turf conversation real quick, if any stadium needs to make any change, it's MetLife.
The Ford Field second behind him.
I understand that, but MetLife has the most games played at it because it's a shared stadium between two teams.
Yeah, it's called Death Life.
Yeah, exactly. So that needs to be, and I know that Ford Field is on the slate to make that change with the turf I was talking about. They are on that slate. I don't know if the video said that New York was on that or not. But anyways, MetLife is definitely, that needs to change. Anyways, Giants win 21-18. Jackson Dart ran one in, threw one in, I believe, right? and
Yeah,
had like
only
100,
111 yards.
100. Yeah, it was. Anyways, wasn't a great performance, but he got the dub, and he saved the coach's job, Brian Dable or whatever the hell his name is. I don't even know because I don't care. I'm not a big Giants fan. So, but
I don't know if there's any actual saving that guy's job this year.
no, there's not. But at least it saved it for another game.
Yeah, I mean,
live to see another day. Speaking of a coach on the hot seat, the Titans coach is definitely on the hot seat. Cam Ward, keep it 100. He said, and I quote, "To keep it a buck, we ass." It's not even that he's playing bad. He just when you can't even count to 3. The Texans actually broke the record. They broke Troy Polamalu's record for fastest sack of all time, which is incredible. The Texans win 26-0. I dropped Calvin Ridley today flat out for a Giants receiver because I figured he's probably got a better chance to get yards now that Malik Neighbors is out. And, I don't know, man. It's just bad. It's just really bad in Tennessee right now. To the point that, if they do end up riding the season out and going like 2-15, that they're going to have another number 1 pick and they're going to be able to do something to better their team again. So I guess that's silver lining there, Tennessee. Eventually, it's going to take a while to rebuild. And if you hang in there, maybe, you got your friend. I think Cam Ward still looks good, even though, he's got to run. We're still getting one really good, miraculous throw out of him every single week. So, yeah.
Yeah, little things like that he does need to fix, though. He's throwing across his body way too much for the NFL.
Yeah, he is. But that's because he's having to scramble like crazy. So if they can help him out with some old line work, maybe that'll change. So, okay. Eagles-Bucks. That game was really awesome. It's kind of crazy that the Eagles have only showed up for like 1/2 of every game that they've played this year. A.J. Brown is getting pissed. I don't blame him. Yeah, lay it down on us, Nick. What are your thoughts on the game?
Dude, it's such a shitty situation because they've won, 19 of 21 of their last games. So, I get why he's getting pissed, but at the same time, it's like, you just won a Super Bowl doing this.
Yeah. As a fantasy manager owner of him, he can go die. No, I'm just kidding. but I get it where he's coming from, though. Jamar Chase is going through the same thing in Cincinnati right now, where he went up to their coach and was just like, yo, dude, what the hell? This is ridiculous. I still think Cincinnati needs to make a move for Jameis Winston or Russell Wilson or somebody. They got to do something.
Anybody.
Kirk Cousins, Jake Browning is not the answer, clearly. They've scored 6 points combined in the last 2 games. The only silver lining you can say is they've not been shut out. Chase Brown looks like dog shit. T. Higgins actually showed a flash of some catches at the beginning of the game on Monday night. But anyways, not to jump ahead of ourselves here. Back to the Eagles-Bucks game. Eagles end up winning 31-25. Baker almost brought him back, but they got Chris Godwin back. They lose Mike Evans. Bucky Irving's hurt now. Learned that the hard way. As Yahoo Fantasy can not up to date. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, but if I'm a Bucs fan, dude, I lost by 1 score to the defending Super Bowl champs who are undefeated this year. I'm not really that upset. Still, we're hurt, Damn, if they were if they had Mike Evans and Bucky Irving the whole game and all that, I honestly think that they might have won the game. So, okay, talk about bipolar team. The Patriots put up a 42 spot against the Panthers, 42-13. When the Panthers put up almost a 40 spot, or did they put up a 40 spot, I think, last week against?
At least 30-something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, 42-13. Not much to say about that. Drake May looked pretty good. I think he ran one in, threw a couple, but
he's coming around, too. He's still young. Everybody forgets he only started a handful of games last year with no weapons.
Yes, and he still doesn't really have a lot of weapons. So
this is basically his rookie campaign, honestly.
Yeah.
How are you going to blame what he inherited from Jacoby Brissett? Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Spencer Rattler is 0-10 as a starter in the NFL. At what point are the Saints going to move on? I mean, everybody else is making quarterback changes at this point.
I don't know how they haven't, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. At this point, I don't know why Kellen Moore doesn't just suit up and go play quarterback for him.
They have nothing to lose.
Yeah, they have nothing to lose.
Throw the rookie in. You guys suck.
I mean, I will say for a while they did keep the game close against the Bills in Buffalo, so that's kind of nuts. However, the Bills still came out on top 31-19. Josh Allen, I think I had messaged you during the game. I was like, did Josh Allen remember that he's Josh Allen all of a sudden? Because it just turned the Jets on, and then they won the game. So, yeah.
I know a lot of times you like to play down to your level.
Yeah. Lions put a stomping down on the Browns. We ran all over them. We passed all over them. We intercepted Joe Flacco a bunch of times to the point that Cleveland's benching his ass. We won 34-10. Lions looked awesome. Looked so much better than the team that lost to the Packers. I think we really got it figured out, and I'm really excited for the Lions football this year, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Me too.
All right. Like I said, we're burning through a little faster than normal just because, like I said, we are still a little under the weather, and I got to get my ass back to work tomorrow. So,
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I'm fucking spent as it is.
All right, I'm going to say something kind of bold here. I think in the Jags 49ers game, I think if Mac Jones plays for the Niners, that they win this game.
Who are they playing?
It was the Jags 49ers. Yeah, the Jags won 26-21. But Brock Purdy is just not it. I'm sorry.
You've always hated Brock Purdy. I don't mind him. I think he's a good quarterback.
I don't know. Every pass he makes is a dump off. So, but anyways, Trevor Lawrence looked okay. The Jags, again, like I said, won 26-21, but the 49ers are like the Lions of last year. They're so hurt so early. It's unbelievable. So it's really hard to put it together when that's the case. All right. Colts finally got their first loss of the year to the Rams. Puka Nacua is looking like a god out there. Rams win 27-20 over the Colts. It's not like they got blown out. They lost by one score. So if I'm a Colts fan, I don't think I have time to really freak out or anything. We'll see after next week. But, Daniel Jones, this is also the best defense I think he's seen all year as well. So, yeah. Bears-Raiders, 25-24. The Bears won. That game was just not good. It wasn't entertaining to watch. Caleb Williams didn't look good. The Bears didn't look good. Raiders, Geno looked like shit. I mean, Ashton Genty finally had a breakout game because he started going back to the Michael Myers stance. But what are your thoughts on that?
Well, they finally got him more involved, and yeah, their offense did look rough, but it looked like they had a better offense.
Yeah.
Around the damn ball.
Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, Ben Johnson, you've gotten more road wins already than Matt Eberflus did in 2 years, so I guess there's a win for you in some weird fucked up way, but still, eat a bag of shit. All right. I think the team that no one expected to be ass this year is the Ravens, dude.
Yeah, it's brutal, and honestly, with Matabuki going out for the season too.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there, man.
It's not looking good.
It's kind of terrible when your backup running back has 2 touchdowns and your starter has none and 40 yards. Like, either make the switch to Justice Hill and trade Henry, or, you know what I mean? It's just like ridiculous. But the Chiefs win 37-20. I mean, the devil worshippers, but they looked good, but it's hard to say if you look good because the Ravens D is just ass this year.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, and then we move on to the tie talk. We watched the Packers and the Cowboys put up 80 points. I was really hoping that Jordan Love would have held onto that ball for a millisecond more and would have ran to zeros. How in the world that the Dallas Cowboys clock guy didn't just let it go to zeros? I mean, for real, he could have easily.
He was
very,
man.
very easily. But yeah, the Packers and the Cowboys go to overtime, and as the clock expires, McManus puts one up through the uprights for a 40-40 tie, the second highest tie in NFL history. But I'm over the ties. I think they need to go away.
I don't know what the answer is, but there's a million different ways you can go about that where you're not still playing a whole nother quarter and killing players.
I already think there's too much on kickers as it is. Like, there's way too many games, in my opinion, decided by kicks. And I don't think that they need to move to some sort of college style of overtime. But I do think college overtime is more exciting. I just do. I like that they moved to this format of that the other team does get an opportunity to score, even if the other team scores a touchdown. I do like that. However, they either need to make the quarter 15 minutes, maybe try that, because the 10 minutes seems like each team barely gets one possession anyways. They got to do something, but they got to get rid of the ties. I think Jerry Jones was quoted saying, ties are part of the game because we don't want to be having the players play that long, but then adds another game to the season a couple of seasons ago.
And talking about adding another one.
Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, dude, come on, it's just out of control. So either way, Packers and Cowboys tied. So, again, I think the Micah Parsons trade goes down as the world's most even trade of all time. Yeah, so, all right. And then Monday night, we had a couple of I put on the Bengals-Broncos game thinking that game was going to be closer, and boy, I guess I was wrong because the Dolphins and the Jets game ended up being 27-21. Justin Fields is not the problem in New York. He has a very good stat line this season. He's not thrown an interception. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, and he's thrown for over 500 yards. And he's missed a game. So, at what point, I don't know. I just think they've got some weird shit going on in New York still, but they're one of the only 0-4 teams left. It's them, the Saints, and the Titans. So good luck. But again, I also think that if they get a top 3 draft pick next season, they don't need to take a quarterback because Justin Fields is doing okay and doing the job that he's being asked to do. But that they could go out and get a little bit better offensive line, defensive line, do something, and be a little bit better next year. But this year, it's not looking so bleak. Yeah, Broncos-Bengals ended up being 28-3. Again, a couple of Monday night games. I hope the Monday night doubleheaders are finished. I think we are.
I hope so.
We're getting into our bye weeks, so
they've been pretty rough. Most of the prime times have been pretty rough.
Again, then we started off with a pretty good bang, and this last week was pretty rough. So, yeah, all right. Well, that wraps up our week 4. We're going to get right into our week 5 predictions because like I said, we've got a couple other topics to go over this week, and we still want to try to keep it around that hour mark. But I do have a feeling when we're feeling better between guests and all that, we will have some longer episodes coming up. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Thursday night football tomorrow. This actually, I'm very excited to see this because if the cards play out right, both these teams are doing well this year. But it's Rams 49ers. I'm taking the Rams because I just don't think the 49ers are too beat up, but this is actually going to show me if the Rams really put on a whoop on these guys, then we're talking they're really a contender this year. What are your thoughts?
No, give me the Rams all day. I think the Niners are just too injury prone, and the Rams look pretty good right now.
Yep, for shizzle. All right, we're going to move right along here. Vikings-Browns is the game. God, they got the Vikings staying over in the UK for 2 weeks in a row. That's crazy. They're going to be so discombobulated when they come back and jet lagged for next week. Didn't Jacksonville do that last year, though, too?
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, who you got? Vikings-Browns.
Give me the Vikings.
Taking the Vikings? I'm not. I'm taking the Browns. I think Dylan Gabriel is going to come out slinging. I think they're going to give him the reins to just do it because what do they have to lose at this point? And their defense has still been decent. I mean, they've the Lions scored 40-plus the last 2 games, and they held them to 30-something, or 27. Do you know what I mean? So, wait, how many points did we score last week? 34. Okay, they still held them under 40. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm taking the Browns. I am. And is JJ coming back yet or no?
I'm not sure on that.
I think he's on IR. So, no, I don't think he counted. It's a minimum of 4 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Cowboys-Jets. Who you got?
Oh, give me the Cowboys. I see the Jets going 0-5.
Yeah, it's hard. Jets are at home, too, but Cowboys coming off that tie last week. I think Dak's going to come out swinging again. So, don't die on me. I'll take the Cowboys as well, sadly. I don't – God, no. I don't know. Give me the Jets. Yeah, give me the Jets. Just can't take the Cowboys in good conscience. All right, Giants-Saints.
Give me the Giants.
Yeah, I got the Giants.
Scatterboo and Dart.
Yeah. I can see Rattler getting benched at a halftime in this game if they don't put up some touchdowns. And but is Shook the number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's time that they give him a chance. nothing. Like I said, they got nothing to lose. Raiders Colts.
Give me the Colts and bounce back.
Yep, I got the Colts bouncing back. I think
demolish
Genty will have a big game, but I still think the Colts do it. They're back at home too, so. Dolphins Panthers. Oh boy.
Give me Carolina.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Panthers to bounce back too. I don't see Tua doing it 2 weeks in a row, especially without Tyreek now. So I'll take Panthers too. They're at home. Eagles Broncos. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one.
It should be, but I think the Eagles are going to pull that out.
I'm gonna take the Broncos. I am. I'm gonna take the Broncos. I think
you're going to push their way to victory just so I can listen to you bitch about it.
Or fake push to victory.
Yeah.
Ooh, this will kind of also be a good one because you got backup quarterback situation. But Texans Ravens.
Give me Houston all day.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Baltimore is just not cutting it right now, and Houston's finding a little bit of momentum right now. So, I mean, I don't care who you play. If you shut a team out in the NFL, you got momentum going into the next week. So
Baltimore has 8 defensive starters hurt.
Ouch. Maybe they're the Lions of last year.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Playing all backups.
Okay. Titans Cards.
Oof. Give me Cam Ward in this one.
You know what? I'm gonna say the same thing. I want Cam Ward to get his first dub, so I'm taking the Titans.
And Arizona ain't gonna play ball for the first 3.5 quarters.
Correct.
So you got a chance.
Yeah, exactly. They sure do. All right, Bucs Seahawks.
A lot of injuries on the Bucs. Give me the Seahawks. Give me that defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks too. They're at home. Defense is playing good. Bucs coming off a disappointing loss. Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks. All right, Lions traveling down to Cincinnati. I mean, I'm taking the Lions all day long, but I guess over-under for the Lions shutting them out.
I'm not even going to go there. Next topic.
I can see us only giving up the 3 spot again. I mean, it's been 2 weeks in a row. Why not make it third time's a charm, Cincy? Let's go. All right, this should be a good one, too. Commanders, Chargers. Got Jaden Daniels coming back.
McLaurin's questionable.
Herbert's coming off a pretty ugly loss.
Yeah, give me Herbert in the bounce back.
I think so too. I think the Chargers are back at home. I think they'll win. Our Sunday night game should be a good one. Honestly, this is probably the most excited I've been for a Bills Patriots matchup in a long time. But the Bills are at home. If this was in New England, I would take New England coming off scoring 42 points the last week. But I can't go against Josh Allen at home. What do you got?
Give me Josh.
Yeah. And our Monday night singular game. Ooh, this will weirdly be a good game too, I think. Our primetime games might not be too shabby this week, Nick. Chiefs Jags.
That game's going to be fucking 9-6. Give me Jacksonville.
God, my right ear still is not popped. Oh, man. I was hoping maybe that would have did it. Yeah, I'm going to take Jacksonville too. They're at home, so... Hell yeah.
Calling it 9-6.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we like I said, being sick, we buzzed through that pretty quick. However, we do got a couple other topics to talk about. Yeah, the Ryder Cup. America almost put together the greatest comeback in Ryder Cup history, but we fell just that much short. Give me your overall Ryder Cup thoughts, Nick.
We got our ass whooped. Like, our singles showed you we were the better players. And honestly, Keegan Bradley just had the wrong pairings.
He did, 100%.
Europe absolutely nailed their pairings.
They did.
You can't go down that big of a lead going into the final day. You just can't.
Another thing is, like, I love all the heckleness and all of the fan stuff, but, like, at some point, dude, you got to let the players play, too. Like, people yelling during Rory's backswings and throwing beers at his wife and shit. Like, that's unacceptable. Like, there still is prestige in golf, a big amount of it. And we need to keep it that way here. We can't. It'd be one thing if we won, and it's still unexcusable. Don't get me wrong. But we didn't even win, and we're talking this much kind of shit. Like,
New York, Philadelphia, Boston, stay the fuck away from the most ignorant fan bases in the world.
Amen, dude. I couldn't have said it better myself, Nick. That's a way to sum it up.
I mean, honestly, that's all you hear is about how ignorant them fans are in every fucking sport.
Yeah. Yes, 100%, dude. It's
And
just
golf's supposed to be
crazy.
held to be an even a higher standard than the other sports.
Yeah.
Just no place for it.
No, there's not. So,
When you got
anyways,
old captains, man, apologizing to the other team, that's pretty fucking bad.
yeah, but I don't know. Do you think Keegan will be captain again in 2 years? Because I don't.
I think you will.
Well, he's got a lot of frickin' looking in the mirror to do then. I mean,
Yeah, I think that'll give him more time with the players, though, and he'll get another run at it and see what the hell he did wrong.
I think my favorite post-pitcher thing, or maybe it was before, they had like the wives' dinner, and the only two that don't have wives or girlfriends are Bryson and Xander. And so they like held arm in arm with one another like they were a couple in the picture. It was so funny. It was shout out. Them two are like two of my favorite golfers, man. 'Cause just from their personalities to their play styles and stuff. And like, say what you want about Bryson, but a dude brought it. Dude played well. He did. And like Scotty really didn't until the last day. It's just kind of wild to me. We played almost worse than we played 2 years ago when they took the time off beforehand. So I don't know if it was advantageous for them to play that 1 week. Who knows?
I don't know. Scotty doesn't seem like a good foursome alternate shot guy. Like, as great as he is as a player, I think he either needs to play foursome or four ball, but not foursomes.
Yeah.
Get him away from alternate shot because he shoots fucking terrible in alternate shot.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that's going to wrap up pretty much our golf talk, I think, until, excuse me.
TGL.
The TGL starts up in January, I believe. So we'll be a couple monthless golf talks. But that's okay because we will have other sports starting up. Right now, as of right now, the Tigers just fell 1-1 to the Guardians. We have Game 3. Is it tomorrow, I believe, in Cleveland? It's at the same time, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
The other two were at 1, so
I'd assume 1 o'clock. So tune in. Hopefully the Tigers can continue their postseason push. We'll fill you in next week if they do. And we will continue on covering the baseball playoffs up until the end of this month. Pretty much we'll have this whole month of October to cover the baseball playoffs, and then that'll wrap baseball up for the season. So, excuse me. Also, the NHL season starts pretty much a week from today, a week from yesterday, I believe. It's on October 7th. Starts the NHL season, so we will be covering, a little bit through the regular season. We'll touch on just how the Red Wings are doing, kind of how we do. And then I typically, when the football season's getting wrapped up, that's when they're really getting into the swing of things with the regular season, and we switch talk over to that. So NHL coverage will start October 7th, and the NBA season starts on October 21st. So we got a couple more weeks before the NBA starts, but again, we'll be following the Pistons for everybody, keeping you up to date as much as we can on that front, things of that nature. So, yeah, again, a little bit of shorter episode this week, but with us both feeling a little under the weather, I was okay kind of buzzing through it. So, yeah. Anything else, Nick?
I'm going back to my couch.
Yeah. Hey, guess what?
What?
We made it through an episode without saying, fuck Jerry Jones! All right, with that being said, Nick, have a good, get feeling better, brother, and we are Hulaham out.